All right, Mike Agrabah with GetConnected Media is joining us, and we're going to talk about some really good Wi-Fi options for your home in just a moment. But first, you have some really fun tech stories. One of them...
Important.
Very, very important. The difference between men's and women's pockets and the effect that that has on technology.
The struggle is real for women. The Pudding, a great website for all these types of facts, did a study on pant pocket size, comparing women's to men's. And on average, women's were 48% shorter and 6.5% narrower. So
meaning you can't fit your smartphone in your pocket.
In your front pocket. So they used an iPhone 10 basically as the standard, and they found that pretty well most men could fit this in their front pocket, but I think around 40% of women could only do that. So yeah, it's tough. And forget about like a Google Pixel or a Samsung Galaxy phone. Those are just not fitting in your pocket.
No, it's going right in the purse.
Exactly, exactly.
Another story, this is really interesting. This is about airport facial recognition technology, and it really coming out with a big win.
Yes and no, in my opinion.
Okay.
So they've installed these facial recognition cameras in about 14 U.S. airports. So they actually caught someone in Washington, D.C. A gentleman was coming in with a passport. They scanned his face and looked at the face on the passport, and the software and scanner determined it wasn't the guy.
He was an imposter.
He was an imposter, so he got a little nervous when questioned, and eventually they searched him, and in his shoe they found his real ID from the Congo.
Okay, all right. So that's a bit of a win in terms of finding it, but what's the downside for you?
Well, I'm just imagining the sheer amount of money. This must have cost tens of millions of dollars to install all of these things in all of these airports, and they got this one guy. So I can see why they're really promoting this, because they need a win.
All right. And Sony's robot dog, we got to talk about that because it's coming back to North America?
Yeah, Sony Aibo is Sony's robot dog. I think this is the 6th iteration of this little guy, and funner and smarter than ever. It's got little LCD eyes. There's a camera in its nose, so it actually studies you. You can train it right from being a puppy into a real dog. They recommend only having this inside because it doesn't like rain or water, because it'll obviously short-circuit the little guy.
Sure, because it's technology.
Yeah, so I think it's got a few hours battery life before it goes and sits on its charger and charges itself. So if you want a dog but don't want all the hair and have to worry about feeding him, this might be the dog for you. It's, I think, around $3,000 US.
Oh my gosh!
I know, but when you think about it, like I got a couple puppies now, and between the adoption fees and the vets and all the food, that dog is a steal. That robot dog is a steal.
All right, let's talk about Wi-Fi here.
Yes.
Back to school next week for families across BC, and of course we rely on internet so much more than we've ever have before, and you have some options to make sure that that strength is rock solid no matter where you are in your home. Yeah,
a lot of people are still using the router modem that came from their provider. Those are okay, but if you want some better coverage and more options, you might have a look at some of these. These are from Linksys. This is their MaxStream tri-band router, so it actually has 3 separate networks. So you can actually give maybe the TVs, like the 4K TVs in your house, one network. Maybe the kids are doing online gaming, they can have their own network, and then you can have a network just for regular web surfing and
so that's going to make sure it doesn't slow down the strength of
Exactly. And it's got some good parental controls on it as well, so you can limit how much time Junior is spending playing games online.
Is this the next step up?
Yeah, so if you're into gaming, this is Linksys WRT32X router. So this one is really aimed at the gaming market. It reduces the lag and the ping. Gamers know what I'm talking about here, so that they can game much better. And it's also got what they call the Killer Prioritization Engine. That's a mouthful. So if you're a gamer, definitely one to have a look at.
And these look really nice. They don't even look like routers.
I know. Look at these here. These look like giant robot spiders,
yeah, they
right?
do.
This is a mesh system from Linksys. It's called their VLOP whole home Wi-Fi. And so essentially, if you've got a larger home, you know that there's probably parts in your house that don't have great Wi-Fi. So you place these little guys strategically throughout your home, and it'll give you a one seamless, beautiful network, so you never have to worry about dead spots in your house anymore.
Beautiful. Do all that gaming you want, right?
Gaming, surfing, watching 4K Netflix on your TV, whatever.
Fantastic. Mike, thanks so much.
Thank you.